This is how to make a pinhole camera. First thing you're going to need is a can. You're going to need pins, strips of card, scissors, can opener, electrical tape, insulation tape, and gaffer tape or elephant tape. Okay, first thing is you remove the top of your can. You break off this bit. I think you're supposed to make a rhyme when you do this, but I'm not doing a rhyme. Remove the can, remembering that the edges are extremely sharp. Cut off this part here so it's level the whole way around. If you have a widget, take it out. Then you need to line the inside of your can with card. So you line the inside of the can with card. So the card should go nearly all the way around the can. And leaving a gap. About a finger width wide. So if you look in there, it's leaving a gap about a finger width wide. And that gap has to go all the way down past the middle of the camera. You see there. Then line the top of your can with tape to remove the dangerous sharp edges, but also keeps the card on the inside in place. Be as neat as you want, be as messy as you want, as long as all the sharp edges are gone and the card is held in position. Next thing you're going to do, where the line is, on the outside, you're going to put one pinhole. Try to get it in the first time without prodding it. Go straight in, not into your finger on the other side. In. Don't jiggle it about, just straight back out. That's the body of your camera made completely. Now you need to make the shutter. This is the lens, so it's no longer called a hole, it's called a shutter. You take a small piece of card and a piece of electrical tape. You fold back a finger length or finger width of electrical tape to make a tab so that it's not sticky on this end. And then in the middle of the rest you're going to place your lens or your shutter. Okay? And this is what blocks out the light when your camera is not in use. That piece of card then goes over the actual lens. And this is your shutter for the camera. That's that bit done. Now we need to make a lid for the camera so that something can go over it. You've taken two lengths of card, fold them over to make a T formation. And then stick those together. Using the black insulation tape because it's more light sensitive. Your aim is to make a light proof container so that when we put light sensitive paper, so photographic paper, inside it, no light can get to it, You can only get to it through the lens of the camera. Then make a ring around the camera, but make sure it's loose enough that it can go on and off. So it should be able to pop on and off easy enough. If you remember from physics, light cannot bend around corners. And that's what we're trying to stop. So the light cannot bend around corners. So that goes on there. And then this goes on over that to make it even more light proof. The word camera comes from the Latin for dark chamber, and that is what we're making here. Photograph comes from the words photo, meaning light, graph, meaning to draw, so the drawing of light. And when light passes through one single point, so when it passes through one single point, it then inverts and gets projected onto a plane, onto a surface. And that's what we're aiming to do. We're aiming that the light can only go through the pinhole we've made, and it's going to project onto the photographic paper which we have made. So, trim back a little bit. The lid of the camera should not cover the lens. We've got that. That goes on there. And then you tape this bit together. And there you have it. Your light-proof container, which now you can take your photographs with. When you're in the darkroom, your sheet of photographic paper will go into your camera with the shiny side facing towards the lens. So this will be the shiny side if it was photographic paper. It'll go in there, but only in darkroom conditions with the safe light on. Your camera will then have the lid put on. You'll go out, you'll find your subject, be quite close to the subject, and your subject will be perfectly still. You'll keep the camera still with your hand, and you'll open the shutter. You'll do a trial for maybe about 10 seconds, depending on how sunny it is, keeping the camera still, keeping the subject still, and then close it. And then straight back upstairs to take the paper out. Done.